For 40 years, China's economic rise ran on one thing: cheap labor. Hundreds of millions of people moving from farms to factories, willing to work for wages that no American or European worker would accept. That era is ending. Not slowly, fast. China is now the world's largest buyer of industrial robots for the third consecutive year. It installs more robots annually than the rest of the world combined. What happens to the global economy when the world's factory floor goes dark and the machines turn on? I'm Mark. This is a global ledger.
The reason is simple arithmetic. Chinese manufacturing wages have risen roughly 500% since 2000. The cost of industrial robots has fallen by more than 70% over the same period. At some point, those two lines crossed. And when they crossed, the economics of automation shifted permanently. Here's what that looks like in practice. A Foxconn facility in Kunshan, one of the largest electronics manufacturers on Earth, reduced its workforce from 110,000 workers to 50,000 in 3 years. The output didn't fall, it increased. This isn't Foxconn being unusually aggressive. This is what happens when robots become cheaper than people, and the people are no longer cheap. China built its economic dominance on the promise of low-cost human labor. That promise is expiring, and China made a strategic decision: automate before someone else does it to you. If a factory in Ohio and a factory in Dhaka cost roughly the same to run, the entire economic development model that lifted billions of people out of poverty in the 20th century stops working. That's not a distant hypothetical. That's the direction the economics are pointing right now. And for American workers, the picture is genuinely complicated. Reshoring becomes more viable when automation erases the wage gap. But reshoring with robots creates far fewer jobs than reshoring with people. The factory comes home. The jobs don't. Not in the same numbers. China used cheap human labor to become the world's factory. Now it's using robots to make sure it stays that way, at a fraction of the human cost. This is the part of the automation story that gets underplayed. It's not just about efficiency. It's about who gets to develop next, and whether the ladder that worked for the last century still exists. The robots don't care about any of that. They just keep building. A global ledger. Follow for the economics behind the headlines.